This is the 104 houses I have currently that I'm improving. This one's kind of a neat one. We got a nice workshop. You see, we got a nice little kitchenette. We already got a fridge in here. And we're reskinning the walls and we're decorating. And this is actually one of my favorite properties. It's got a very big garden. And of the bunch that I bought in the last 6 months, this is the most valuable. You can see this is where I've got the garapa, where I'm retrimming the ceilings. Looks pretty cool. This actually had a pretty sophisticated air conditioning system in it, which is nice. And you can see the ceilings coming out quite nicely. Still got a lot more of that garapa. That's a Brazilian hardwood. A lot of times we use it for decking, but it's actually really, really pretty stuff. Still busting at the seams for storage. There's all kinds of stuff in here. And I've had to make room for tenants that are expanding, and it's all been good. It's all been profitable. I don't know. Oh, by the way, if you saw that stone, the stone that I showed you guys, and I got a nice video coming. Remember that stone that I was cutting the other day? Well, you can see this is the result. See that? See how pretty that is? Here's the seat. Yeah, and then here's the tread too, for stepping in, for stepping over. Anyways, if you remember, I had a brownstone, and I had a, what else did I have? I had the kind of a black stone. We call it charcoal. And you can kind of see the result on that over here. It's kind of dark in here, but that is the desired look. See, it kind of looks like it was wet when I was showing you how it was wet the other day. Everybody hear me okay? I'm starting to wonder. But this has got dual shower heads. And again, this is just a really cool floor plan. I really like it. The master goes into the patio, and besides the master, it's kind of got like two. Like the master's got its own living room, which I think is pretty cool. So when this is done, it'll be set for a big screen on this wall. What do you think that property will sell for? I think $1.2 million, but I don't know if I want to sell this one. I'm a little bit partial to this one. This one is extremely cool. It ain't gonna pencil as a rental, Liam. This one, I don't think so. But you know what it might be? I may make this my office. I'm thinking about it. I don't care to office from home. I don't mind doing. But like, take a look at that. Is that cool or what? That's the backyard, right? Isn't that awesome? It's beautiful. So it's a hell of a property, and but this may just go ahead and be this may be FlipAnything Academy. Who knows? Which, by the way, I'm making FlipAnything Academy shirts, by the way, and you got one coming. I'm gonna need the size of some of you guys. It's kind of an award, if you will. But what do you think of this, Liam? What do you think of that? Liam's a carpenter like me. And so what else has anybody got going on? I mean, everybody should be nervous. You got to be really careful investing in a time like this, especially if you haven't been doing it long and you haven't been around. You just really got to pay super close attention to what's happening. Undoubtedly, we're heading into a mess. I'm laughing because I shouldn't laugh, but I think a lot of these funds that got started up by these kind of newbie real estate guys that fancied themselves real estate. They keep talking about deals in their team, but they really never show much. And now they've gotten people into, I think, some unfortunate investments. But we'll have to go back and take a look at some of those that I was critical of and see if I was right. What are you going to do with the connection plates? I was going to leave them. I was thinking about painting them black. So he's talking about, these are trusses that were made 40 years ago. And, you know, these plates here, you can see they have kind of a perforation. And when they punch that hole, they end up creating what kind of like nails, 4 sets of spikes and nails. And they just they pound that plate on. And it's part of the assembly of the truss itself. And you can see they got them on both sides, right? They're on this side, and they're on this side. I was thinking about painting those black. Yeah. And then paint everything else natural. But what I thought I'd do is I'd go just a clean, natural finish, because then it'll be about like what you see. But when I paint these, you can see I almost kind of want the wood to show through. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, see there? See how the wood shows through? I don't know. Maybe going. I've already spent way too much on this wood, and this is just a continuation. You know, so you've got 2 of these. This side's not quite finished. Right, so we've got this hole. Look at the size of this. So you can see this is going to be pretty cool. That's the first roof I've ever played with it this particular way, and it's structurally perfectly sound, and got a lot of insulation up there. But yeah, this is kind of fun, and I personally like wood. I don't like paneled walls anymore. That's kind of heavy. Yeah, 60K ceiling. I hope not. Yeah, I probably spent 30. I spent. Let me put it this way. You can imagine the tedious work this is, and the cuts that we had to do to get things fitted in. You know, this is one where, of course, there was a mistake made, probably by me. But again, that stuff together is like a puzzle. When you got to cut around these joints, and you've got, of course, you've got a shiplap basically. This pretty tight tolerance. They actually didn't do as good a job as I'd hoped on the milling. You know, I'm a precision millwork guy, so I cut my background. Hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button when you're there. Yeah, 60K. I hope not. So Chris, I've been shopping vacant lots, but they are very overpriced in my area. I'm going to wait and see if prices. Yeah, listen, it wouldn't hurt, Chris. It's very expensive to build right now. And bronze. Yeah, that's a thought. Yeah, maybe bronze. I tend to think I like black better. We're going back and forth talking about. Here's another thing. You can see the old Weyerhaeuser stamps from when this wood, and this is Douglas fir. You know, so much of the crap you see today is pine. You know, Douglas fir is a much better quality wood. But yeah, Weyerhaeuser lumber. But I was debating on whether I would let that stuff show through. In other words, lacquer it and maybe let some of that. There's even addresses and numbers and print. But I'm going to play with some acetone and see if I can eliminate the ink and some of the water stains. But I could go by way of the rustic and just let it show too. But what else you got here, buddy? Rent space by the day on other person's property. What do you think, Tom? Hey, listen, anything you can monetize that makes sense. Listen, don't be afraid of doing something new. When I started that food park, you know, that was a brand new thing to me, and no regrets so far. I've been very pleased. You know, and just like Chris is looking at land now, you know, I made a fortune in land. You know, I made millions and many millions of dollars on land. And most people are afraid of land. A lot of people, even people that are fairly, decent, investors, are petrified of land. And I've never understood that. I go, shit, what do you think you're building sitting on? It's sitting on a piece of land. Sound is okay, good. Thank you. Oh yeah, appreciate that. Are there any regular foreclosures? There are. but I don't care about them. I'm a pre-foreclosure guy. I get into stuff before people get in trouble, and that's when I would jump in. And of course, that's not the only thing I do, but when I get involved, that's kind of how I get involved. Matt says the Fed is going to have to keep the hikes coming. Yeah, they will. I think you're going to see another 3/4 points, less than 30 days. You know, maybe a 1/2 point. Oh, Keith wrote, one of my clients just did a roof like that and painted the metal parts like wood. Expensive roofs are, yeah, I know, believe me. So I'll tell you what, I'll tell you a little secret on this roof. This is Douglas fir right here. Let me see, this piece you see here at the top. Okay, and then over here, I played with some stain, me and my guys. We made pine look like Douglas fir. So we'll see if I get away with it. I think I'm satisfied with it. You know, but this in fact is pine made to look like Douglas fir. Then I found a decent source of Douglas fir, which I had to have custom milled, which is expensive as shit. Again, ridiculous. Are you finding many motivated sellers in your area? Matt, you sound just a little too close to my home. So I'm not going to give you any more information. You seem like you know my area a little too well. But no, in all honesty, Matt, you know who's the most motivated sellers? Are the people that made mistakes and overpaid. Yeah, I am seeing people. I'm seeing developers, contractors, you know, that done some spec stuff. I see them going into a panic. They're very concerned. They want to get wrapped up and get out of whatever they created. Hey, Josh, glad you're in here. Me and Josh had a talk a little bit earlier today. Yeah, I'm not doing the exposed ductwork here. I'll cut vents into this, Liam. You can see I got one resting here. That one's gonna go, that'll be a cut in over here, or vice versa. But, what else? Yeah, Keith, I just picked Garapa because I liked that it was blonde. I did not want a bunch of crazy grain. I didn't want anything like mahogany that was real dark. So this is almost like a blonde mahogany, you know, to a degree. Although now that I'm looking at the picture, you can see how there's some dark. But you know, I don't mind some dark here. You know, I'm more interested in continuity of the piece being the same from one end to the other. You follow me? In other words, I don't want it to look like checkers. So this piece that you see going here, or these two, you can see how they're kind of dark. Well, they're dark all the way to the end. Yeah, Matt wrote, better stock up on 410A refrigerant. The EPA is eventually going to phase it out. Yeah, you know what? I've been telling everybody that. Plus in the class, it's unfortunate, but I've been, you know, I got inside scoop a year ago or more about if you're going to buy an air conditioner, you better put it off to 2022 because whatever you buy in 2021 isn't going to be supported well, and the refrigerant's going to cost you a fortune anyways. You know, this is the bullshit make work stuff that the government does on us. They adjust up the demand for things to be just a little bit more efficient, and not enough to fucking matter, but enough that it changes the whole industry. In fact, Amana Refrigeration, and they just got bought by, maybe Matt, you might know. Yeah, exactly. Planned obsolescence, exactly. Make work, that's what I call it. But what they did is this. So in other words, imagine you buy an air conditioner with a lifetime warranty. Amana has a beautiful system. Goodman, I think bought Amana. I may be wrong. I don't want to speak out of turn, but some of it was bought like that. But But let's just talk about Amana for a minute. Amana makes high quality stuff. Well, they had a lifetime warranty on their compressors. Well, they're finding it hard to honor it because of that's what the Texas. Somebody filed some legislation too. Some congressman had a bad AC, and so they took it out on the air conditioning company, and they want all these warranties also to pass from owner to owner. Well, you got to understand, when somebody gives you a lifetime warranty, they're giving it a lifetime warranty on your lifetime, not the lifetime of the product itself. Nobody can guarantee something for decades or centuries, which is essentially what the congressperson that was pushing this shit, this political operative, or I should say elected official, was wanting the warranty to transfer. Now, it sounds great. Yeah, I would like the warranty to transfer. Sure. Who wouldn't like an air conditioner guaranteed forever? And that's what they're talking about. But, again, it's not even worth discussing. But yeah, better to buy your wait till 2020, I guess 2023 now, for your new air conditioner. Yeah, I don't know who it was. You gotta remember, man, I'm not an AC guy. I just spend, hundreds of thousands of dollars on air conditioning and repairs every year. But, hey, Tom, the seller didn't decline my offer of $300K. I'm still looking for a deal. Oh, okay, Chris. We'll have to talk about that. That's interesting. They didn't decline your offer. I'm still looking for a deal. Well, you got that one named in your 1031, right, Chris? Chris has got rich people problems. If you saw the ride-along video that I did with Chris has been in the mentorship here for a couple of years, made several hundred or thousands of dollars now, several hundred thousand more, and he's got a bunch of cash, and he's got to find a place to put it, and so that's what he's been searching for. Oh, they didn't accept. It was declined. I got you. It didn't really quite. Yeah, I got you. So they didn't. They declined your offer. I understand. So he's in a search, but you might as well keep him on your list. He probably already expired now, but keep him on your list, and maybe they'll come down in the next few months. Listen, I had 3 properties that I named on a. You have what's called a designation letter when you do a 1031 exchange. Well, I named 3 properties, and I didn't have any of them tied up. And then I let the funds sit in the accommodator account. And while that was sitting there, I sold 2 more houses, and both of those I had also designated one of the same properties as I had on the previous one. And then I actually got it under contract, and it was like $1.6 million deal. And so I got to use the money from both of those houses in it. And then, lucky for me, I had designated that building on that first property that I sold, because even though I did buy a house cash, I had like $600,000. I paid $300,000 cash for a house, and I had $300,000 left over. So I was able to take $300,000 from that designation of that sale and use it with the other 2, because they're all owned by the same entity. And anyways, so it worked out nicely. I was probably within a couple weeks of running out of time. So it was very. And I can't find my selfie stick, so I apologize for the rough video. It's my arm's length right now. Liam's got less than 2 weeks to identify. Not looking good. Well, you'll have cash, buddy. These are good problems. Compare this problem to, it's a good problem. It's a good problem. It's going to be, when people start losing their jobs, I'm not going to say, I'm going to have to go take a look at that Ryan Panetta fund. I didn't like that property he bought. He forecasted it could be worth $30 million, I think. And I think they were putting investors in it at a price of $20 million. I wouldn't even pay. I think I said I wouldn't even pay $8 million for it. I can't remember. But it was rough, high crime area, and the property looks like a barracks. I don't even see any extra real estate to do anything fun with, like a swimming pool. I don't even think there is a swimming pool. And those are important amenities to people in apartments, by the way. What else? Yeah, I'm looking at the split units too, by the way, which I'll guess I'll show you. I just ordered a couple of them. What's spacing on the trusses? Nah, they're 24-inch on center. Yeah, they're 24-inch on center. I think you just got a wide angle lens here, making my head look fatter than it is, and probably the space between the trusses. Read your book, great help, all the way from South Africa. Hey, Charles, I appreciate those words. Thank you. You know, we have people in my mentorship, and of course people that have bought the book all over the world. So yeah, be aware. It works everywhere. Okay, it works just about everywhere. You know, unless you're in a country where you're not allowed to own property, it won't work very well there. So Liam, you and Herb, maybe you guys, you know, find something together. I don't know. Herb's also somebody in the class that just sold the property. Similarly, he's looking for something to throw his money back into. And so is Josh, who's in here. Yeah. Oh, you said wrong, Chris. Sorry, Chris N. Sorry about that. Oh, well, now I get it. Took me a while. Anyways. Well, hey, listen, I got to push the class. I've opened up the mentorship again. You guys that aren't in the mentorship, listen, if you're not already close to having enough money to retire at 40, you definitely got to get serious on this stuff. And if real estate's of an interest to you, then really consider the mentorship. You know, I got people that got 100 grand, and they're convinced that they like everything, but they're like, and I don't know what their hesitation is. Usually it's because they've been, I am getting Mitsubishis, by the way. That's what I have. I have a triple mini split as well. But these guys, because they've been jaded by, something else. I don't even know what exactly. You know, it's a weird phenomenon. Some of the people that are the tightest and most reluctant to invest in education, to be quite honestly, and I might have fallen into that class a little bit. A little bit. I've since loosened up as I've gotten older, but I realize I would not be as advanced in jiu-jitsu as I am if I didn't have, somebody, a partner to roll with. And, when you're in jiu-jitsu, you roll with, I roll with a guy, he's like a giant. He's 6'5". He's probably one of the primary people I roll with. He's 6'5", 260 pounds, and he's all muscle. I mean, it can hurt. It can really hurt. He's strong, he's a beast. And then, but there's other guys that, weigh, a little more than half that. And, they're like a snake, they're strangling you. So, again, it's learning these skills, and I guess I relate so much to jiu-jitsu now because the accountability, the camaraderie, and Liam and other people that are in this, they can attest for it. We have fantastic camaraderie in the class, and it's really just been an awesome thing, and just created more friends around the world, and and you can be a part of it. But you know what? You gotta take the step, and you got to be able to listen. You got to be able to discern real from unreal. And most people know just by what I demonstrate and show constantly that I'm the real deal. And I've got so many testimonials now, so many that you haven't seen yet, that I got to get that caught up. But you know what? I'm wrapping up all this stuff that I got going as far as rentals and leases, and I got a bunch of new leases, 5-year leases. So I'm kind of set for the next 5 years. And my tenants are set as well. They're comfortable. They go, okay, good. That's the thing about business. We don't like surprises. We like certainty, and the certainty of what I'm going to pay rent, what I'm going to collect in rent. You try to get a lot of certainty, and that gives you, it calms you. Otherwise, you start to feel anxious. If everything is maybe, then it doesn't feel very good. So. Anybody got anything burning real estate wise? Questions? I was going to say, all you young people, get an American Express card. That'll train you to not to go over budget, to stay within. You guys, he actually might be outside the property here. So I'll keep talking to you. I believe it is actually. Let's see. But I was going to say, you get an American Express card, and it will train you. Yeah. Oh, hey, Alex. Alex. The tile?
There's a tile.
All right. Awesome.
And
You put it in there? Good
the
deal.
bottom is?
Yeah. Or you have it here?
Yeah.
Just put it right there. Yeah. Or in there. You can put it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
It's in there?
puts it.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Sorry. Take care. So, I tell you, I got the greatest workers. I got the hardest working guys. And, you know, and I hope as you guys assemble the people that work for you, you do. You got to have good people, you know, good talent pool. Multi-talented is also quite helpful. Do you have any national brands for tenants or just mom and pop? Yeah, I actually have. Yeah, not like Popeyes or you know. I almost looked at buying a Walgreens once, but kind of. Let me explain. I have people that are in what they call not the Fortune 500, but the World 500. These are like they're above the Fortune 500. They're big money. But I have a couple of rentals, but one in particular that it's kind of a big tenant for me, but it's a grain of sand to the company that rents from me. They have, you know, they're an enormous company, big money. And, you know, they have people, you know, fly in from New Jersey to look at the property to make sure it's okay. And, you know, the decisions are made elsewhere, not by the locals in town. And, but they pay like clockwork, and they're an awesome tenant, and I love them. And, but, you know, the mom and pops run the world, Liam. They make up 90% of all the business that's out there. So don't be afraid of mom and pops. And, you know, I can tell you, I love mom and pop businesses. I love everybody that's an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs survive. Entrepreneurs, you know, they're selling whatever, watermelons one day. If there's a drought and the watermelons aren't happening, they'll be selling wine or Kachina dolls. I don't care. They'll keep working. In other words, they're not going to go back to work for somebody. They will keep their space. They will figure out how to pay their rent. And, but you know, it's the people that are working for other people. They kind of run into a no choice situation. That's why the housing, you know, and I've warned you, or, you know, Liam he's been burned already by a tenant. And I say I don't like to count on residential tenants. I just don't. I make my money on residential property. The day I buy the property, I buy it for less than it's worth, and I flip it. And I do buy a lot of houses. And people think I specialize in houses, and I am a specialist at it, I guess. But it's not my first choice. My first choice is, yeah. So listen to this. So Liam, check this out. You guys do the math on this. Hey, Matt, anybody got a calculator there? Because this is what's so absolutely ridiculous about 87,000 agents that are going to concentrate on $400,000 plus a year, $400,000 plus, you know, income folks. Because remember, 2%ers, right? The richest people is the 2% of the world, which are people that consider rich, or people that make, you know, $400,000 or more a year. Well, so just somebody do the math on this for me. Take 350 million. That's about how many people we have in the U.S. Now, I don't think more than 200 million people could be working of that bunch. We have kids, you know, we have a lot of people on welfare, all kinds of stuff. So let's just say there's 200,000 people. Now, of those 200,000, take 2%. 2% of 200,000, or I'm sorry, 200 million. I think that, what does that take us? What's 2% of 200 million? It sounds like about 40 million. Is that correct? No, that would be 20%. So 4 million. I don't know. Somebody grab a calculator. I'm tired right now. Take 2% of 20 million. Well, okay, no, but that doesn't help, Liam. I'll tell you why. So, has anybody got a calculator? Take 2% of 200 million. I ain't gonna be able to keep all this in my head. Matt, somebody? Okay, 4 million. Thank you, Chris. Okay, so 2% of 200 million. That's the two percenters. Okay. Okay, so that's 4 million people. Okay, now divide 4 million by 86,000. So do that. Divide 4 million by 86,000. So I think you're going to get to 1,700 or something. We'll see. 4 million divided by 86,000, please. And I'll show you where I'm going with this. Is you're going to know. Okay, 46.5. Okay. Okay, so that means, yeah, okay, there we go. So we got pretty much a consensus. It's about 46. So that means they hired, if they're doing what they're saying, we're only hiring these agents to go after the top 2%, the over 400,000 folks, right? That means they hired one IRS agent for every 46 fucking people. It's unfucking believable. You're going to create a lifetime job for an IRS agent, 1 per 46. And each of those guys makes about 90,000 a year. Just round off and say 100,000 a year. So you've got, at a minimum, they're going to have to take 100,000 from 46 people. Okay, 100,000 from 46 people a year just to justify their existence, right? It's fucking stupid, absolutely fucking stupid. And, anyways. It is what it is. Yeah, I don't even think the government could get that many competent people, to be quite honest. So letting them have guns is even going to be worse. But anyways, like I said, this is why I say, you guys ask me, a lot of people say, hey, what's going to happen? You know, what do you think? You can't predict anything. Who would predict that ridiculous bullshit? And, you know, and a lot of people don't even think that even the hiring of those folks is legitimate. They consider it really a way to intimidate small business, because small business seems to be overwhelmingly conservative. You know, they're not very supportive of welfare and socialism, and so it may just be like a lot of stuff that's going on. It stinks. So. Anyways, but listen, guys, your only hedge against a poorly run government is make money. Make money, keep your books straight. Of course, keep your books straight. And of course, you know what? Hey, you know what? Everybody's allowed to have a gun. You know, I mean, when the founding fathers, you know, set up that Second Amendment, it was to prevent tyranny, right? From being oppressed by the people that rule our country. And so, you know, nobody said that these guns we allowed guns for hunting. I remember Amon Burr, remember the shootout, you know, with Amon Burr, and I can't remember, was it Adams and Burr? I don't know, anyway, one of them got killed. And again, so this stuff was getting passed back when they were having duels, right? I mean, guns were meant to kill people, and back then. And so the idea when somebody says, you know, what do you need, you know, what do you need that to hunt for? Well, it's fucking not to hunt. It's not to hunt. It's to fucking defend and keep tyranny at bay. So, anyways, they should put those new hires on the border and leave the citizenry. Oh yeah, I agree. They should also stop giving out $700 billion to Ukraine and other countries while others fall apart. Yeah, like I said, we don't even qualify for the aid. You know, the requirement to get aid that we put on other countries, we don't even qualify for the aid that we demand on others. And like I said, they're getting ready to spend another $750 billion, another stupid fucking, and it doesn't, whatever, the anti-inflation, it's just so much horseshit. You know, it's really, people don't even care about numbers anymore. I'm all numbers. That's why I just gave you those numbers to bounce. I think of everything in numbers. That's why I've been successful in real estate and making money. Is everything kind of boils down to math, and that's why I say you. So now, according to the numbers I gave you and what you guys helped me figure out, they're hiring one agent per 46 people. It's fucking ridiculous. It's overkill. I mean, it is way, way, way overkill. And anyways, but you guys, you know, you got to do what you got to do. 2.8 million make over 400,000. Right. Well, okay. Well, you can still do it, Vito. Go ahead and take 2.8 million and divide that by 87,000, and that'll give you how many. You know, that'll give you the ratio. You know, of course, there's nobody competent enough on the news to fucking figure that out and spit it out. It doesn't make any sense. But it's all staged, folks. You know, even Fox News. You go watch Fox News now, and I swear every time I've turned on, I'm not even watching anymore. Every time I turn on Fox News, what are they doing? They're covering and making fun of the news that's on CNN. Fuck, I don't want to watch CNN. I don't want to watch CNN on Fox. And you know, you gotta have to wonder if it's not by design. Why are you even filling the air with that horse shit? So it's a crazy thing. But thanks, Vito. Appreciate it. But hey, everybody, I will be doing class tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the mentorship. Hey, those of you that haven't join up tonight. You can be in the mentorship meeting tomorrow. You can be meeting all these guys that you've seen with the fantastic testimonials and guys that come in here regularly. You know, join tonight, and you'll be in there tomorrow at 10 a.m. and you can kind of see the magic that happens. It really is cool. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get shadow banned. We keep talking about these. You know what I mean? You're not allowed to talk about these guys. And I don't know if you guys know this, but check this out. Somebody right now, do this right now. On your computer, type in Mar-Lago raid or Trump raid or Mar-Lago raid, and tell me what you see at the top of the screen. Just try it. Type in Mar-Lago raid or Trump home raided, and see what comes up on the screen. And I'm not talking about the YouTube stuff. You'll see a special blue stamp at the top directing you to get your news from CNN. And it's not an ad. It doesn't seem to be an ad. Yeah. So, anyways, you know, no, we're just talking about the truth. This is the truth. This is all within the guidelines. You're allowed to talk about what's happening. I mean, we'll see. Maybe a lead. Who knows? But anyways, hey, I appreciate y'all. But did anybody type that in? See what you saw? And see what happens. Just see what you get at the top of your page. You know, it's just a little too much of the Big Brother. You know, it's just way too much oversight on everybody and trying to control. Yeah, fuck. You know what? You can. Well, no, but not that, Matt. Look above that. Look above that. Not the first link. Look above that and see if there isn't a special stick. Remember, if there was a time when anything you would look at regarding the pandemic, there would be like, oh, hey, listen, read this. And it was very one-sided. I don't know if you guys saw Rand Paul talking, but there, you know, like measles, right? We all accept we need immunity. You know, to get the vaccine for measles. Well, we did that. But if you got the measles before you ever got the vaccine, they know that immunity is just fine. And they don't say, oh, get it on top of it. There's, you know, there's the antibodies that people get. And those work better than anything. And anyhow, but Rand Paul was citing that there's studies, I think, that came out of Israel that they're saying 7 times as many people were reinfected that had the shot as opposed to those that just had the the antibodies from getting it once. In other words, they found that people that got it once didn't get it again. People that got the shot got got it as many as 7 times, and so they're just not doing any studies on. I forget what they call the exact term, but they're not doing the numbers on people that got the immunity from having the virus. And then the other thing is, what was the other thing? The other thing was there was the getting the virus. Oh, I know what it was. Is that they ignored everybody under 49. Everybody, in other words, all the statistics that you saw that pretty much that the CDC was using were everything about people that are 49 and up. And when you're 49, that's when you start breaking down. That's when your arteries start getting clogged. You get diabetes, all this other horse shit people get. But they were using those numbers for the most unhealthy people, 49 and up. Well, they weren't doing any of the numbers on 49 down to kids. So they were applying the numbers, or representing the urgency in the numbers based on using the 49 and up crowd, and they were applying that to children and shit, which is really bullshit. And welcome to 49, Liam. Your eyes will begin to go, and all kinds of stuff. I'm holding together pretty well. Got high blood pressure, but I got medicine for that. But hey, guys, I better go. Like I said before, they cancel my channel. But all we're doing is talking about the stuff that's out there. So, I'm sure. Yeah, somebody was trying to tell me. I said, hey, what's the definition of vaccination? Because I don't think we should be calling it vaccination. We can call it a shot. We can call it a shot. It's definitely a shot. And they went to Wikipedia. I go, fuck Wikipedia. You can't use Wikipedia. Shit. All right. Oh, Jorge. Good. Jorge. Right. Well, happy birthday, you guys. Pretty soon you'll hit that milestone of 50. Then you hit the milestone of 60, like I did this year. And it's all good, man. Just take care of yourself. You know, if you don't use it, you lose it. So, all right, guys. Well, I'll let you guys go. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Listen, you slackers that have bought the book, that are anxious to do something, that have money, fuck, what are you doing? Get in the mentorship. Get in the mentorship. Anyhow, we'll see you all later. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out. See ya.